Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet for Baby. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet this little jacket for baby boys and girls between 6 and 9 months old. The stitch that I used to make this jacket is the basket weave stitch. It's very easy to make. Now, I did not make matching pants to this little jacket since in my channel I already have lots of tutorials in the same size of baby pants that can go with this little jacket. At the end of the tutorial, you'll see a little box. Just press that little box and you'll see all my tutorials in English since my channel is bilingual. Also, at the end of the tutorial, I give you the finished measurements. Now, you can also make this little jacket smaller or bigger from 0 to 3 months up to 18 months. Down here in the information box, I'll leave you that information. It's just a matter of changing your hook size, so be sure to check that out. Okay, so let's get started and thank you for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 3.5mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this baby yarn. It's called Himalaya Everyday Baby. This says that it's a medium number 4 yarn, but it's actually more like a number 3 yarn. You can use DK weight yarn as well. I'll be using this blue and white to make the yoke for the little cardigan. Now, the yoke for the little cardigan is done in the exact same way that I did this one here. You're going to do this up to row 12, and then we're going to continue with the blue and white. So continue watching and you'll see how we start with the yoke. Okay, so here to begin, I have 49 chains. This chain here measures about 29 centimeters, which is about 11.5 inches. Now to begin, on the 4th chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to make a double crochet. Now, these 3 chains here counts as your first double crochet. In total, I'm going to make 7. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now into the next chain, I'm going to make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be one of the front panels. Now into the next 7 chains, we're going to make 7 double crochets. So into the next chain, make a double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets, and into the next chain make 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. This is going to be one of the sleeves. Now for the back, we're going to make 15 double crochets. So into the next chain, make a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 double crochets, and into the next chain make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. So this here is the back. Now we're going to make 7 double crochets for the other sleeve. So into the next chain, make 1 double crochet, into the next, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets, and into the next chain make 3 double crochets. 1, that's 2, 3 double crochets. Now here we should finish with 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So continue and finish these last 7 double crochets, and I'll meet you at the end of this first row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these last 7 double crochets. So for this first row, you should have a total of 55 double crochets. We have 7, then we did 3, then we did 7, then 3 again, we did 15, then 3, we did 7, then 3, and then finish with these last 7 double crochets. So there should be 55 double crochets for the first row. Now I've cut my yarn, passed my yarn through that last loop. From here on, for every row, we're going to change colors. This yoke that I'm working on, it's going to look like this. If you don't want to change colors so that it looks like this, I'm going to use white. Then it's going to look like this. It's still going to look pretty. It's going to look raised. I don't know if you can see that. And it's still going to look nice. So you don't have to cut your yarn here. So I'm going to change color for every row. So here I'm going to make a loop with this same yarn here in this color white. So on top of the first double crochet, or this last double crochet that we did, insert your hook there, grab a loop, bring it through the front, chain 1, and turn. If you're not changing color, then just chain 1 and turn. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to make single crochets, and we're going to make single crochets up to this double crochet, the first double crochet out of the 3. In the middle double crochet, which is the second one out of these 3, you're going to make 3 single crochets. So on each one of these groups of 3 double crochets, into the middle double crochet, we're always going to make 3 single crochets. So here, let me show you. So to make your first single crochet on top of this first double crochet, make your first single crochet. Now from here on, all of these single crochets, we're only going to go through the back loop. So insert your hook through the back loop and make a single crochet. Single crochet into the next, single crochet into the next. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 single crochets. So now this is our middle double crochet out of these 3, so the second double crochet. Into this second double crochet, like I said, you're always going to make 3 single crochets. Now here we're going to work these next double crochets. So again, into the back loop, make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochets. Now again, the next double crochet is the center double crochet out of these 3. So into the second double crochet, make 3 single crochets. And now here we're going to work these single crochets until you come to the next group of 3 double crochets. And this is all we're going to do for this first row. So continue like this and finish this second row. Remember here we have the 3 double crochets, so into the second double crochet, which is the middle double crochet, you're going to make 3 single crochets, and then continue and make single crochets, and then again here into this last group of 3 double crochets into the middle double crochet, you're going to do your 3 single crochets and then finish this row here at the end. I will meet you at the end of this second row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. Here at the end, I made my last single crochet here at the end where I have these 3 chains. Now, if you count each one of these single crochets, you should have a total of 63 single crochets for this row. Now, what we're going to do next, which I should have done at the beginning, is we're going to put some stitch markers. This is going to help you for the next row. So these stitch markers, we're going to put them into the second single crochet out of these 3 that we have here. So here's the first, second, and third. So on top of the second, put a stitch marker. And then into the next group of 3 single crochets, into the middle single crochet, which is the second, put another stitch marker. And then into this next group, same thing, into the middle single crochet, put a stitch marker, and then same thing here, into the middle single crochet. Okay, so now for the next row, I'm going to use this pink color. Here at the end, all I did was just cut my yarn and pass my yarn through that last loop. So here we're going to go on top of this last single crochet, grab this loop, bring it through the front, and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Turn. Here we're going to make single crochets up to this single crochet before the stitch marker. This is why these stitch markers are going to be very helpful from here on. So again, into the back loop of each one of these single crochets, make 1 double crochet. The 3 chains here counts as 1 double crochet, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochets. So into this next single crochet, remove your stitch marker, and into this single crochet, make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now this stitch marker, put it here on top of the second double crochet, which is the middle double crochet, like this. And here we're just going to continue until we come to the next stitch marker. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 double crochets, and into this next stitch, remove your stitch marker, and into this single crochet, make 3 double crochet. That's 1, 2, and 3. Now put the stitch marker on top of the second double crochet that we just did, 1, 2, right here, which is the center double crochet, and then continue along and do the same thing for the rest of these stitches. Make sure to always go through the back loop, and then when you come here, same thing, remove your stitch marker and put it on top of the second double crochet, and then same thing here. So finish this third row and I'll meet you at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. I have a total of 71 double crochets. Now to finish, I just did my last double crochet into this last single crochet, cut my yarn and passed my yarn through that last loop. So I have a total of 71 double crochets at the end of this third row. Now for the fourth row, we're going to repeat the row of single crochets. So insert your hook into the last single crochet that you did. I'm going to grab a loop in this white color, bring it through the front, chain 1, and turn. Now Now on top of this same double crochet, make your first single crochet, and here we're going to work single crochets until we come to the stitch marker. So insert your hook through the back loop, make your next single crochet, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 single crochets. Remove your stitch marker, and into this next stitch where the stitch marker was, make 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now before you continue, put your stitch marker on top of the second single crochet, which is the middle stitch right there. So here you're just going to continue and work single crochets until you come to the next stitch marker. So here you're going to do 3 single crochets and then continue. Same thing here, 3 single crochets, and same thing here, 3 single crochets. Continue and finish this 4th row, and I'll meet you at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 4th row, and I have a total of 79 single crochets. Now here at the end, I just cut my yarn and passed my yarn through that last loop. From here on, these are the 2 rows that you're going to repeat. So for row 5, we're going to repeat the double crochet row. So insert your hook on top of this last single crochet that I did, grab a loop in this pink color, chain 3 and turn. 1, 2, 3. Now the 3 chains counts as your first double crochet. Now here we're going to work double crochets until we come to the stitch marker. So into the next single crochet, make a double crochet. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 double crochets. Remove the stitch marker, and into this stitch here, make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now before you continue, put your stitch marker on top of the second double crochet out of these 3 that we did, and here we're just going to continue and make double crochets through the back loop only until we come to the next stitch marker. So continue and finish this 5th row. Don't forget to always make your increases here where we have the stitch markers. Okay, so at the end of this 5th row, you should have a total of 87 double crochets. Now, from here on, like I said, you're going to repeat these 2 rows, and at the end of every row, you're going to increase each row by 8 stitches. So, like I said, for the 5th row, you're going to have 87 double crochets. At the end of the 6th row, you're going to have 95 single crochets. At the end of the 7th row, you're going to have 103 double crochets. At the end of the 8th row, you're going to have 111 single crochets. At the end of the 9th row, you're going to have 119 double crochets. At the end of the 10th row, 127 single crochets. At the end of the 11th row, 135 double crochets, and at the end of the 12th row, you're going to have 143 single crochets. So continue for the next 8 rows, and I'll meet you at the end of the 12th row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 12th row. This is where we did single crochets, and I have a total of 143 single crochets. Now we're going to do 1 more row, so continue for row 13. That's where we do double crochets, and at the end of the 13th row, you're going to have a total of 151 double crochets. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of that row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making the 13th row. Here at the end of this row, I have a total of 151 double crochets. Now, we're going to divide the sleeves. So, oh, and it's measuring from here right across to the end here. It's measuring about 12.5 centimeters, which is about 5 inches. So now, like I said, we're going to divide the sleeves, and using the same hook, the 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, we're going to do this part here. So I cut my yarn here at the end, so I'm going to continue with this light blue color. So I have a loop here, so I'm just going to insert my hook right there, bring this loop through the front like this, chain 1. Now turn. Now into this same stitch here, we're going to make a single crochet. Here we're going to work a total of 21 single crochets. So to do this same thing, you're just going to insert your hook through the back loop and work these 21 single crochets. I will meet you right about here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 21 single crochets. Now my last single crochet was inside this middle stitch right here where I have the stitch marker, and I went through both loops here. Make sure that you do the same. Go through both loops. Then I chained 8. So here, to divide the sleeve, we're going to skip 33 double crochets, and into this stitch where I have the stitch marker, which is the center stitch right there, insert your hook through both loops and make your single crochet. Now for the rest of the single crochets here for the back, you're just going to go through the back loop of each one of the double crochets and continue until you have 43 single crochets. I will meet you right about here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 43 single crochets for the back. Then I chained 8. Now we're going to skip 33 double crochets and into the 34th double crochet, which is this one here where I have the stitch marker, I'm going to make a single crochet. Now here we're going to finish these last 21 single crochets. So continue, make sure that you always go through the back loop, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these last 21 single crochets. So for each one of the front panels, you should have 21 single crochets, 21 single crochets, and then for the back, you should have 43 single crochets. So 21 plus 21 plus 43, that's 85 single crochets for the first row. Now for the second row, you're going to chain 2 and turn. Now here we're going to work double crochets, and we're going to work a total of 21. The 2 chains never count as a stitch, so beginning on top of the first single crochet, make your first double crochet. Here you can go through both loops like this. So continue and finish making these 21 double crochets, and I'll meet you right here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 21 double crochets, not including the 2 chains. Now here, what we're going to do is, into the first chain, we're going to make 1 double crochet. Into the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth chain, you're going to make 2 double crochets on each. So into the second chain, make 2 double crochets. Into the third, 2 double crochets. Into the fourth, 2 double crochets. Into the fifth, 2 double crochets. Into the sixth, 2 double crochets. And into the seventh and eighth, 1 double crochet on each. Now you should have 13 double crochets here under the sleeve. So let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Perfect. Now you're just going to continue for the back side here and work these 43 double crochets. So continue, and I'll meet you right about here to show you how we're going to work these 8 chains here under the sleeve. Okay, I finished making these 43 double crochets for the back side. So now here we have the 8 chains. Here we're going to do the opposite of what we did. We're going to do only 1 double crochet into the first chain. Into the second, same thing, 1 double crochet. Into the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh chain, you're going to do 2 double crochets on each. So this is the third chain, so make 2 double crochets. into the fourth, 2 double crochets, into the fifth, 2 double crochets, into the sixth, 2 double crochets, and into the seventh chain, 2 double crochets. Now into the last chain, the 8th chain, 1 double crochet. Here you should have 13 double crochets. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Perfect. Now continue and finish these last 21 double crochets, and I'll meet you here at the end of this second row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. Up to here I have 111 double crochets. Now I need to add one more. So right here, insert your hook right there and make your last double crochet. And now you should have 112 double crochets. Now for the third row, you're going to chain 2 and turn. The 2 chains never count as a stitch. Now on top of this first double crochet, make a double crochet. Into the next 2 double crochets, we're going to work front post double crochets. Into the next 2 back post double crochets, front post double crochet, back post double crochet. So let me show you. So beginning into this second double crochet, make a front post double crochet, into the next front post double crochet. Now into the next 2, work back post double crochet, and into the next 2 front post double crochets. I'm going to do this a bit slower so that you can see. So yarn over, insert your hook through one side, come out the other, grab your yarn, take 2 loops off, take 2 loops off. Again, yarn over, insert your hook through one side, come out the other, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, take 2 loops off. That's the front post double crochet. Now the next 2, we're going to work back post double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook through the back, come through the front, wrap the double crochet around the hook, come through the back, grab a loop, bring it through the front, take 2 loops off, take 2 loops off. Again, yarn over, insert your hook through the back, come through the front, your hook is around the double crochet, come through the back, grab a loop, bring it through the front like this, take 2 loops off, take 2 loops off. Now again, the next 2, we're going to work front post double crochets, and the next 2 back post double crochet. Now this is all we're going to do. We're just going to alternate by making 2 front post double crochets and 2 back post double crochets all the way to the end of this row. I will meet you here at the end of this third row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. To finish this row, you're always going to make one last double crochet here at the end on top of the last double crochet. And this is how I finish the third row. Now for the fourth row, chain 2 and turn. The 2 chains never count as a stitch. Now here, beginning on top of this first double crochet, make a double crochet. Now the next 2 double crochets are back post double crochets. So in this row, anytime you see back post double crochets, you're going to work front post double crochets. And anytime you see front post double crochets like these next 2, you're going to do back post double crochets. So it's the opposite of what we did on the previous row. So here you're going to work 2 front post double crochets, the next 2 back post double crochets. Again, 2 front post double crochets and 2 back post double crochets. Now this is all we're going to do for this 4th row, so continue like this, and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 4th row. Now don't forget to always make one last double crochet here at the end. We're always going to finish with 1 double crochet, and we're always going to begin with 1 double crochet. So for the 4th row, you're going to chain 2 and turn. Remember, the 2 chains never count as a stitch. So here to begin, like I said, we're always going to make 1 double crochet at the beginning. And here you're just going to repeat the same thing. These 2 double crochets are back post double crochets. So in this row, we're going to work 2 front post double crochets. Now the next 2 are front post, so we're going to work 2 back post double crochets. This is all we're going to do. We're just going to alternate between 2 front post and 2 back post double crochets. When you finish, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to make a double crochet here on top of this last double crochet, chain 2, and then repeat the same thing I just did here. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do from here on, but continue and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I did a total of 24 rows, so from this first row that we did of double crochets to the last row that I did, it's 24 rows, and it's measuring from the top of the neckline down to the end of the last row. It's measuring about 13 inches, which is about 33 centimeters. Now, what I did here at the end was I cut my yarn and passed my yarn through that last loop. My last row, I did it from the wrong side. This is the right side, so make sure that the next row that we're going to do, you're on the right side. So beginning here, insert your hook on top of the last double crochet that you did. I'm going to use this white color to do the rest of the baby sweater. So I'm going to grab a loop and bring it through the front. Now, if you prefer to do this part with the same color, then all you need to do is just chain 1 and turn. So here we're going to turn, and on top of this first double crochet, just make a half double crochet. Here we're going to make front post and back post half double crochet. So beginning into the second double crochet, work a front post half double crochet into the next back post half double crochet, next one front post half double crochet, next one back post half double crochet. Now you can also do single crochets for this part. It's going to look a little different, but it should look nice as well. Okay, so continue like this, alternating between a front post and a back post half double crochet, and I'll meet you here at this other end right here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of front post and back post half double crochets. Now here at the end, all we're going to do is one last half double crochet. And this is how I finish this first row. Now we're going to do a couple more rows. I'm not sure how many rows, maybe 2 or 3 rows in the same way. So to start your row, you're going to chain 1 and turn. And beginning on top of this first half double crochet, or the last one that I did right here, make a half double crochet. Now here we're going to work these stitches in the same way. If it's a front post half double crochet, you're going to make a front post half double crochet. If it's a back post half double crochet, you're going to make a back post half double crochet, and so on. So front post half double crochet, back post half double crochet. Continue like this until you come to the end. Here at the end, you're going to make 1 half double crochet here on top of this last half double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1, turn, and then repeat the same thing I just did here. So continue watching and I'll let you know how many rows I'm going to do. Okay, did a total of 5 rows here. Now we're going to do half double crochets here along the edge. So here we're going to use a 4mm crochet hook to do this part. So here, chain 1, and into this last half double crochet that I did right there, insert your hook and make a half double crochet. Now 1 half double crochet into the next row. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to work 1 half double crochet for each row. So here, make 1 half double crochet. For the next row, same thing, 1 half double crochet. So continue like this and I'll meet you right about here to show you how we're going to work this part here of the yoke. Okay, I finished making these half double crochets. So in total from here, from the beginning up to this last row here, I have 30 half double crochets. Here in this row, I did 2 half double crochets into this stitch here. Now we're going to continue and do the same thing here for the yoke. So into this first row in this color white, I'm going to also do 2 half double crochets. Then I'm going to do 1 half double crochet here in this row of single crochets, 1 half double crochet into the row of double crochets, then 1, 1, and so on. For this part of the yoke, between this first row in white up to the last row here, you should have 14 half double crochets. So continue, and I'll meet you right about here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these 14 half double crochets. So between here, this first row in this color white up to this last row, I have 14 half double crochets. So in total, you should have 44 half double crochets. Now I'm going to make one more. So into this chain space right there, this is the first chain, insert your hook there and make one last half double crochet. So that's 45 half double crochets for this side. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn. Here we're going to work 1 half double crochet on top of this first half double crochet. Then we're going to alternate between front post and back post half double crochet. So beginning into this second half double crochet, work a front post half double crochet into the next back post half double crochet, into the next front post half double crochet, and so on. Here, this is all I'm going to do. Make sure that these half double crochets are nice and loose, because when you work front post and back post half double crochet, this part tends to shrink a little, so make sure that they're nice and loose. That's why we're also doing this part with a 4mm crochet hook. Now again, if you have a hard time working these front post and back post half double crochets, you can do this part here also either in single crochets or half double crochets. You can just do maybe 3 or 4 rows. So continue like this, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making the second row. Here at the end, all I did was make 1 half double crochet on top of the last half double crochet here, right there. So now we're going to do one more row. So chain 1 and turn. Beginning on top of this last half double crochet, make a half double crochet, and we're going to work these stitches in the same way. The next stitch is a back post half double crochet, so work a back post half double crochet. Next one, front post half double crochet. Next one, back post half double crochet, and so on. Continue like this for this row, and I'll meet you up here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making this third row here. All I did was just cut my yarn and pass my yarn through that last loop, and this part here is done. Now, I forgot to mention that if you're making this little jacket for little girls, buttonholes need to go on the right side, so this would be the right side. So all you need to do is just undo this last row and then come back your way up, just making buttonholes. Or you can use these little holes that you have here in between the rows that you can use as buttonholes. So they work perfectly. I've done a little jacket where I do that and they work fine, so that would be up to you. So here, to do this part, we're going to do the exact same thing we did here in this first row of half double crochets. So beginning here into this row of chains right there, insert your hook, grab a loop, bring it through the front, chain 1, and into this same stitch make a half double crochet. Now here we're going to try to make the same number of stitches that we did on this side. So for this part here, we did 15 half double crochets. This row here in white, we did 2, remember, and then this first row in blue, we did 2 as well. And then for this part here, we also, we had a total of 30 up to here. So in total, we had 45 half double crochets. So we're going to do the same thing. So into the next row, you're going to make a half double crochet. Into the row of single crochets, make 1 half double crochet, and so on. Continue like this for this part, just making 1 half double crochet for each row, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these half double crochets here. For this side, I have 45 half double crochets. From this first one that we did up to the last one, that's 45 half double crochets. Now here we're going to chain 1 and turn. On top of this last half double crochet that I did, I'm going to make a half double crochet. Then this next half double crochet, I'm going to work into a front post half double crochet. The next one, back post half double crochet, front post, half double crochet, and so on. Continue, and I'll meet you here, up here, to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making this second row. Here at the end, I did 1 half double crochet here into this last stitch. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn. In this next row, we're going to make our buttonholes. So here I have placed my stitch markers. Between the stitch markers, I have 8 stitches. And then the 9th stitch is where I'm going to make my buttonhole, and the same thing for the rest. Between the stitch markers, there's 8 stitches, except for here at the end. Here at the end, there should only be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into the 7th, that's where we're going to make our last buttonhole. So to do this row here you're going to chain 1 and turn. So beginning on top of the first half double crochet, right here, make a half double crochet. Now the next stitch, I have a stitch marker, so chain 1, skip this stitch, and into the next, which is a front post half double crochet, I'm going to make a front post half double crochet. Next one, back post half double crochet, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 half double crochets. So that's what it looks like. Now chain 1, skip 1 half double crochet, and into the next. This one here is a back post half double crochet, so make a back post half double crochet. Then again, repeat. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, chain 1, skip this next half double crochet, and into the next work a front post half double crochet, and so on. Continue and work 8 half double crochets. Then you're going to chain 1, skip this half double crochet, and then repeat the same thing. 8 half double crochets, chain 1, skip this half double crochet, and finish here at the end. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. I finished making my last buttonhole. Here at the end, I did 1 last half double crochet, then I chained 1, and now I'm going to turn. Now into this chain 1 space, I'm going to make a half double crochet. Then these stitches here, we're going to work them in the same way. This is a front post half double crochet, so make a front post half double crochet. The next one, back post half double crochet, front post half double crochet, and so on. When you come here to where we have the chain 1 space, you're going to do a half double crochet inside the space, and then continue in the same way, working the stitches as they are, front post and back post half double crochets. I will meet you here at the top to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making this last row here. This is what it looks like. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work the same thing here around the neckline. But first, we're going to chain 1, and into this last half double crochet that I did, make a half double crochet. Then into the next space, a half double crochet, that's 2. Into the next space, half double crochet, that's 3. Into the next, a half double crochet, that's 4. And into this space right here, let's see, right in between this space right here, I'm going to make a half double crochet. So here I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half double crochets. Now these stitches around the neckline, we're going to work them in the same way, front post and back post half double crochet. So beginning here, this first one, make a front post half double crochet. The next one, back post half double crochet. Next one, front post half double crochet, and so on. Continue like this, alternating between a front post and a back post half double crochet for each one of these stitches around the neckline. I will meet you here at this other end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these half double crochets around the neckline. Now here into this next space, this is the last double crochet for the neckline, so into this gap here I'm going to make a half double crochet. Into the next space, a half double crochet, that's 2, 3, and then 4. Now we're going to chain 1, and right here where I did this last half double crochet, make a half double crochet, and then I have this next stitch. So this stitch here, I need to work a back post half double crochet because this stitch here is a front post half double crochet. So work a back post half double crochet here, and then a front post half double crochet, back post half double crochet, front post half double crochet, and so on. Here you're just going to finish this last row for this side, and I'll meet you here at this other end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making this last row here. All I did was just cut my yarn, pass my yarn through that last loop, and this last row here is done. Now, I also went ahead and attached my buttons. These buttons here are 9mm buttons. Now, I also did one of the sleeves. This is what it looks like. So now I'm going to show you how to make this sleeve here. It's going to be done in the same way that I did it here. So we're going to go here under the sleeve, and we're going to use this 3.5mm crochet hook, and I'm going to continue with this light blue color. Now we're going to find the center here. Let's see, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right about here, right in the center, you're going to grab a loop, bring it through the front. Grab this loop, bring it through the front, chain 2, and into this same space here, make a double crochet. Now we're going to go into the next stitch right here and make a double crochet. That's 2, skip 2, and into the next space, make a double crochet. That's 3, skip 2, and into the next, a double crochet. Let's see, that's 4. Into this very corner stitch right here, make a double crochet. That's 5, and into this stitch right here. See, this stitch has this stitch, the single crochet stitch. So insert your hook there and make a double crochet. So we have 7, let's see, no, 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets here. Now we have the first double crochet for the sleeve. So here you're going to make a double crochet, and you're going to continue around the sleeve just making double crochets like this. Okay, so continue like this all around the sleeve, and I'll meet you right about here to show you how we're going to finish this row. Okay, I'm here at this other side of the sleeve. This is the first row. Up to here I have 40 double crochets, and this is the double crochet that has this single crochet. So right there. Now between this space here, we're going to make 4 double crochets here in this part. So you're going to have to see where you're going to put these double crochets. I'm going to go into this first space here and make a double crochet. That's 41, into the next 42, skip 2, and into the next, that's 43, skip 2, and into the next, a double crochet. So that's 44. So we had 40, 41, 42, 43, 44 double crochets for this first row. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this first row with 44 double crochets. Now for the second row, you're going to chain 3, and we're going to go into this next double crochet right here, and you're going to make a double crochet. Now here we're going to begin using our pattern where you do 2 front post double crochets and then you do 2 back post double crochets. So beginning here into these next 2, make 2 front post double crochets, the next 2 back post double crochets, and then again the next 2 front post double crochets, and so on. This is how you're going to continue around the sleeve for this second row. So continue, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you how we're going to finish the second row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. Now I still have 2 more double crochets. I'm going to make a double crochet on top of the next double crochet. Then I'm going to skip this last double crochet and then just go here to the side of the 2 chains or the 3 chains and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish the second row with a total of 42 double crochets. Since we skipped the first one and we skipped the last one, so we reduced it by 2, not including the 3 chains Here, of course, if you want to count it, then you should have 43 double crochets. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 3. Here you can chain 2 or you can chain 3. I think I did 2 on the other side. Just be consistent. If you're going to do 3, then do 3 on the other side. I'm going to do 2 because that's what I did on the other sleeve. Now in this row, we're going to also reduce 1 stitch at the beginning and at the end. So we're going to skip this next double crochet and we're going to go directly into the next 2 double crochets, which are front post double crochets. So in this third row, we're going to work 2 back post double crochets, since remember that you do the opposite of what you did on the previous row. And then the next 2 are back post. So in this row, we're going to work 2 front post double crochets. And this is all I'm going to do all around, just alternating between 2 front post and 2 back post double crochets. Now continue like this and I'll meet you at the end of this third row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row now. Up to here I have 40 double crochets and I still have 1 more double crochet. I'm going to skip this last double crochet and I'm going to go here to the side where we have the 2 chains and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the third row with a total of 40 double crochets. Now from here on, this is all we're going to do. We're going to always have 40 double crochets and we're going to alternate between 2 front post and 2 back post double crochets. So to do this, we're going to chain 2. Now these next 2 double crochets are back post in the previous row. Now in this row, I'm going to work 2 front post double crochets. The next 2 back post double crochets. The next 2 front post double crochets, and so on. Now this is how you're going to continue from here on. You're going to repeat the same thing and you're always going to end with 40 stitches at the end, not including the 2 chains. Continue like this to the end of the 13th row. Remember that at the end of every row you're going to always have 40 double crochets. So continue and I'll meet you at the end of the 13th row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 13th row, so in total I have 13 rows. This is the first row, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rows. Now, for rows 14 through row 22, you're going to use a 3mm crochet hook and you're going to work this in the same way that we did this part here. So here you're just going to chain 2 and then the next 2 double crochets, I have to work 2 front post double crochets and then the next 2 back post double crochets, and so on. At the end of every row, we're always going to have 40 double crochets. So continue like this and I'll meet you at the end of row 22 to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 22nd row. Now it's measuring from where we started up to the last row that I just did. It's about 15.5 centimeters, which is a little bit over 6 inches. Now what we're going to do is we're going to continue with this 3mm crochet hook, and for the next 2 rows we're going to make a reduction at the beginning and at the end of the row. So for row 23 you're going to chain 2, and here I have the next 2 double crochets. On top of the first, we're going to make a double crochet. Skip the next double crochet and then I have the next 2 double crochets, so I need to work 2 front post double crochets. The next 2 I need to make 2 back post double crochets, and so on. Continue like this all around and I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you how we're going to finish this row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 23rd row. Now I still have 2 more double crochets here on top of the last double crochet. I'm going to skip this one, and into the last double crochet I'm going to make a double crochet. Now to finish, go here to the side where we have the 2 chains and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the 23rd row with 38 double crochets. Now for row 24 you're going to chain 2, and here we're going to skip this double crochet and we're going to work 2 back post double crochets. 1 and 2. The next 2 we need to do 2 front post double crochets and then continue with the same thing. Continue like this for this 24th row and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this 24th row. Now I'm going to skip this last double crochet, and to finish I'm just going to go here to the side of the 2 chains and join with a slip stitch. Now I've cut my yarn, so I'm just going to pass my yarn through this last loop. Now if you count each one of these double crochets, you should have 36. Now here what we're going to do is with this color white, I'm going to insert my hook here into this space where I did the slip stitch. I'm going to bring a loop through the front, chain 1, and into this same space here I'm going to make a half double crochet on top of the next double crochet, half double crochet on top of the next, and so on. This is all I'm going to do all around, just 1 half double crochet for each one of the double crochets. So continue like this, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row of half double crochets. Now to finish, I'm going to add 1 more stitch right here, right in between the 2 chains and the last double crochet. So right there, I'm going to make a half double crochet. Now to finish, we're going to join here to the first half double crochet with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this row of half double crochets. Now for the next 2 rows, you're going to chain 1, and we're going to work front post and back post half double crochets. This first half double crochet here, we're going to work a front post half double crochet. The next one, back post half double crochet. Next one, front post half double crochet. Next one, back post half double crochet. This is all you're going to do. You're just going to alternate between a front post and a back post half double crochet. When you finish this row, you're going to join here to the side with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then repeat the same thing for 1 more row. So I'll meet you at the end of that second row of front post and back post half double crochets to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making the second row of front post and back post half double crochets. Here all I did was just join to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, pass my yarn through this last loop, and this side here is done. Now you're going to do the exact same thing I did here. You're going to do it here on this other side. I already did mine. This is what it looks like. Now let me give you the finished measurements. From the top of the neckline down to the end of the sleeve, it's measuring 30.5 centimeters, which is about 12 inches. From the top of the neckline down to the bottom here, it's measuring 33 centimeters, which is about 13 inches. This part here, the chest area, it's measuring 27.5 centimeters, which is almost 12 inches. Now, from under the sleeve to the end of the sleeve, it's measuring 17.5 centimeters, which is about 7 inches. And right across this part here, it's measuring 16.5 centimeters, which is about 6.5 inches. So based on these measurements, this little jacket is for baby boys and girls between 6 and 9 months. Okay, so our baby jacket is done, and that's what it looks like. This is the back. There it is. Okay, so this completes our tutorial for today. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.